guys, hope you're doing well. So really good news about the automation. You probably would have seen I put an announcement in Discord and we got automation from the bubbles now, which is really amazing. So the reason I'm making this video is to tell you is that we've got two big issues and the third is like a minor issue. So the one big issue is that it's not fully automated. So it's obviously that's an issue because it needs to be done on autopilot. It doesn't require me to click any buttons. Currently, the situation is that I have to click send, and then it goes to MetaTrader 4. So everything's working. It does go to MT4, and the trades are coming through, which is amazing. So really happy about that. So obviously that's an issue, is that it's not fully automated. There is a way of doing it. You can do a macro, and I created the macro yesterday based on time, but then I realized we don't really want to be triggering trades every hour because we got that'd be 24 trades. All right, we don't really want to be doing that. We want to try and be avoiding over trading. I know it's only a micro lot, but these will add up over time. So I figured the time macro probably wasn't the best, and it will need to be upon change. So what should happen, in speech marks, when that cell changes, then it should trigger the send, and then it comes to MetaTrader 4. Currently, it isn't. That is changing, and it's not triggering the macro. So that's like a number one issue. And secondly, you can probably spot we've got an error on that. Well, logically, it would error because it doesn't know MetaTrader 4 or 5 won't know what that is. All right, so that's something I'm going to be working on to try and fix. And if we come to the QDB signals, we can see what I've done. I've got a thing called VLOOKUP. So if it does find that, it knows to reverse it. Okay, so that's done. That was a little bit of legwork I did yesterday. So it's just I reverted the inverted symbols. Okay, so this would be a sell, and this would be a buy. Now, however, come back. What will happen is that it will trigger, and then it will error, and then upon the error, it then won't fire a trade because these will ping at the same time, and it obviously will error, and then it just errors for the second one. So I'm going to ask the developer, see if we can have like a delay to send this one. It will then error, it will rest, and then maybe 30 seconds later, it will then try this, okay? And it will open Kiwi USD buy, all right? And then that's the logic. Then that therefore then should come through to MetaTrader 4, and then it'll be issue 2 fixed. And then the third one is that we need to have like a discussion about our TP and SL. Now I was thinking we could have a 1R. Now why would we have a 1R? Because really that would mean that we get to break even, long term. But no, not necessarily, because we're using retail herd sentiment logic, knowing how they hold on to their losses, and then they take their profits short. So they're always going to be counter trend. So if we have a 1R in a vacuum on a system, we would break even, but we're not in a vacuum. We've got the flow of that dumb money behind us pushing price. So we should 80% of the time be here taking profit. 20% of the time we'll be getting stopped out because 20% of the retail guys are profitable. All right, so we have to remember we can have a 1R. I think that should be fine. And based on the logic behind us, behind the system, and that will basically secure the TP more frequently than the SL. And obviously there are days when the retail guys get paid, which is fine. But long term, we won't break even. We'll be successful based on on that herd mentality and their behavior. And I'm like the herd in so much as that if I'm in profit, I will want to take profit because you don't know what's going to happen later. We've got a massive risk event today, and you know, it can reverse. We can see a big reversal in risk. We don't really know for sure. So we are using that logic of the herd, and I can sort of sympathize with them as well. And you know, it's hard to see when you're up a lot and you've got a lot of green on your screen. It's very tempting to, you know, just get out. But if you're going to be successful long term, you need to let that ride. You know. So I think we're okay for 1 hour, but we can definitely discuss this if you want to. We could potentially have a wider stop and a tighter TP, and so we're basically looking to TP at the end of the day, something that we can think about. And so that's it. So there's a quick video there to say that we made huge progress yesterday. I'm going to be spending today, tomorrow, Friday, maybe the weekend. I'll probably do some like dummy tests. I'll push some things through into Discord on the weekend. So if there is anything in Discord, you can probably ignore that because it'll just be me testing. Then probably next week, and then by that following weekend, we'll look at publishing results. That all depends if we can get this automated. If it's manual, there's not much point me populating the results, because the whole point is that it's like an automatic system, right? So I can publish the results, but then there'll be that the caveat is that I had to sit here and click buttons. It's not ideal. It has to be fully automated. And in a couple of weeks, we'll be fully automated with any luck. And that's it. So just to summarize, there's the issue of it not being fully automated, which is fine. Second, it's the resolution of the inverted currency pair. And then third is the TP and SL. Now going back to 2 is that we could potentially, if we can't resolve this, will just mean that we'll have less signals. Where we have USD, EUR, it just wouldn't trigger. And it's not really a massive deal. It'll just mean that we wouldn't get a trade from the Euro USD, or you know, or whatever appears there. And so that's it. So sort of 2 big issues which are going to get fixed. It's possible this might not get fixed, but this should be an easy fix. And then third is that we'll look at the SL and TP. We can also have trading stops as well, which is really cool. And that's it. So huge progress and more testing required. And then I suppose lastly, in a couple of weekends, we'll do the copy trading. But we'll have a look at that when we get there. And so wish me luck. And I think it should be fine. I think this is the confusing part, because it will error, and then it will obviously cause the next one to error. So this has to get fixed first, perhaps. You can look at this, then look at the automation, potentially. Anyway, so I'll speak to you guys soon. Wish me luck, and remember to trade safely. We've got FOMC later.